Is your local bus company serving your football team? Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich buses today. A single £1.20, a return only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town.
I wanna be with you. 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 Let's go tonight.
Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the Ipswich Buses Matchday weekend. And boy, should you use them this weekend to come in, grab a drink, and escape the utter madness that is the world and talk of petrol. As tonight we aim to give you, the ITFC fans, the information you desire, the information you crave, and the stuff you need as we head into this weekend, which feels like a big weekend, to be fair, and a big game. It really does. And well, of course, bringing the FCA Best EFL Podcast 2021 finalist Talking Town twist into proceedings. Going to come to the chat very shortly. I can see that absolutely going mad, and I love to see a chat that's popping off with lots of messages. But of course, I'm your host, the Governor. I just flip the buttons and twirl the knobs, to be fair. And the guys and the girls that come on will have their opinions, and they'll be the ones illuminating you with and making the ITFC fan base the most informed fan base that there is, and I do believe that. If you didn't catch yesterday's show, we did have a Wednesday fan on it, giving us the lowdown on them and how to stop them. So do jump back at some point, not during this show, obviously, and catch that. We've got Colin Plum. Welcome in, Colin. Eddie Spaghetti. Good evening, Eddie. Matt Stannard. Evening, Matt. You wonderful person. Spot prize from Matt on the Prediction League. We'll mention that at some point this evening, of course. Lee Brown, welcome in. We've got Ant still doing amazingly well on the Prediction League. Coxie's in the building. Hopefully his internet is playing ball tonight. Chris Boyd, evening all. This is where you push on. Injuries notwithstanding, come on ITFC. Ben Moore, evening all. Looking forward to it. Tomorrow, Young Pep is back. Matt, love the merch. Needing one of those microphone hoodies. Yes. I should probably sit up actually as well. It looks like I'm sort of sinking out of shot as I as the weight of the world gets on top of me. Mark Rat, what's happened to Manscaped? It used to drive me nuts. Hair Casey, somebody's noticed. Don't adjust your screens. It's not my ears being lowered. It's just me having a haircut, having a beard trim. COVID is gone, my barber tells me, and he says he can do my beard now. So it's finally looking good after a good few months. But look, I'm excited to get into tonight. Tonight, of course, we'll take the best quotes from Cookie's press conference, as reported on by our wonderful media across several outlets, and ask my two wonderful, but as I've said earlier, opinionated ITFC fans and contributors what they think of the quote and what do they think Cookie really means with it. But first, I must, of course, as I always do, take the time to thank these wonderful people. They are, of course, our fifth stand TT Ultras. What does that mean? Well, first of all, they're friends of mine as well, but quite simply, these are the people who make Talking Town. I may sit here and fiddle with buttons, but these people are our fifth stand TT Ultras. They are the people truly responsible, so hold them responsible, not me, for putting us into position to make the platform an FCA finalist and to continue growing and investing in our tech, which is investments all of the time. Which is just thanks to yourselves and many other areas of the platform, including new content. More on that as we head into next week. Keep those eyes and ears peeled. But if you are like these friends of mine, get value from Talking Town, then please please head to our Ko-Fi link. Because we are the platform that puts you in the middle of ITFC and aims to give you guys and girls the platform to have your say. We truly do want that, believe that, and I'll give you a link every single show to have your say. So if you would like to become TT Fifth Stand members, the link is now in the chat. It's in the description, or find me on Twitter. But yeah, please head over there. You can start it from £5 a month. You can cancel it anytime you like. It really does, as we do with our shows, put you in control, and it'll keep me in haircuts. All right. So let's, and we don't want to have long hair Martin again. Never, ever again. Right. Let's get into it. So joining me first of all is, of course, the man that you've all come to see. He's got opinions for days, but he's currently watching the golf. So what sort of cruncher we'll get tonight? Anyone's guess. Here he is. How are they doing on the golf, first and foremost?
Eyes are there, not over here where my iPad is. If you see
Yes.
the eyes that way, the golf's on.
Please do keep your eyes.
You don't know nothing about golf, so if I told you what the score was, you would have no clue.
I'd have zero idea. And
USA 3, Europe 1.
Woo! Let's go! Let's go! That's crazy. That's as much as you're going to get out of me. No. How are you, Crunch, first of all?
I'm all right, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. We a lot of people in the chat are saying, will the Will make a return tonight? It won't, but it was on the show last night. Obviously, got two winners there, didn't we? Sarah Davis being one. We meet Sarah Davis on a match day, don't we? Quite regularly.
Away days bit. Ben Moore. He keeps saying he's a young pet. And then I looked at the fantasy league, Ben. How are you in how's he in minus point? He's like minus 50.
He's not.
You go and have a look at the league. I'm going to get it up now because I looked the other day. And I know if you make a transfer when you can make one transfer a week, but then I think it's -4, isn't it, after that?
Yeah.
Let me look.
So basically, he's panicked, right? He's gone early. And
then again, I can't really say anything because I'm 113th. Ben Moore is in 165th place and he's on...
What,
he's on minus 95 points.
Maybe you ought to take out golf. Maybe that's more his thing.
95. What is going on, Ben? Can you please let me know?
More like Claudio Ranieri.
Yeah, probably is. Tinkerman. He's a Tinkerman, isn't he?
So we're narrowing down who Eddie Spaghetti might be with this comment because the only Cruncher's mum, Cruncher's dad, or a family member of Cruncher would write such a thing.
My mum does watch it. My mum probably won't be watching tonight. What is on? Is EastEnders on now, Martin? Coronation Street?
I'll start watching it. I thought the storylines in the soaps this week have really done my head in.
Yeah, my mum watches it. She'll watch it on the telly, so she doesn't type. She doesn't get in the chat. So let's narrow it down. My dad wouldn't have an absolute Scooby Doo with any technology.
Or it's
definitely not them because they wouldn't be giving me the big one, would they?
No, that's true. Benjamin Michael, taking my 11-year-old niece for her first game ever tomorrow. Brilliant, Ben. Hoping it sets up within what it did for me. Next generation. That is what it's all about. But back to Ben. He reminds me of my younger brother when we were playing a computer game once. He was like 7. And we came in and he'd made all 3 subs within 10 minutes. And when we asked him why, he said because he went a goal down. That reminds me of Ben. Like,
bless him.
It's a long season, Ben.
He says he'll come good this week.
This week. He's going to need a really good week. He truly is. Right. Joining us also this evening is a man that's he's here for his first ever Paul Cook presser review. And I bet he's absolutely pumped and can't wait to get into it. It is, of course...
the king. It's the king, isn't it? Where is Matt Phillips, by the way?
Some quiz night. He did mention it. I feel bad asking again. So you get into that territory, don't you, where someone tells you something like 2 or 3 times, and then you just feel bad.
Come on, Matt, up your game.
But no, it is of course our resident king.
Oh, hello.
What?
£10 super chat.
Oh, David, you're the best show on YouTube. Thanks for keeping me going. Thank you, David, for keep watching us. People like you that watch us, that, support us, that drive us. Yeah, let's pay for the haircut. There you go. You see. Hey, I told the barber it'd pay for itself.
How much is a haircut now? And a beard trim, how much is that?
Well, he wanted to charge me 17 quid, didn't he? So I paid him 20 and said keep the change.
He knows, doesn't he? He knows if he says 17, he's going to get 20 quid, and people say, keep 3 quid.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, is Paul. Really, really good guy. But yeah, I mean, I just felt keep the change. Anyway, let's play his intro. I keep trying to find it. I've delayed and I've delayed and I've delayed, but here he is. It's King, Kally Bisler.
Man, I'm gully and techie. You want me, then check me. Just butt me, I'm ready. I need that money in heavy. I'm banging these raps like Pumpy with Shelly. Shell it, daddy, I'm dipping. I said that I'd leave, but I'm back in the kitchen. She pour it, back it, I'm sipping. Feeling away, but she tackling feelings. Man, I'm gully and techie. You want me, then check me. Butt me, I'm ready. I need that money in heavy. Banging these raps like Pumpy with Shelly. Shell it, daddy, I'm dipping. Said that I'd leave, but I'm back in the kitchen. She pour it, back it, I'm sipping. Feeling away, but she tackling feelings. I hit it and stirring, gassed it. She calls it childish, I call it tactics. White doors on a coupe, but I wrapped it. Got a next one, remapped it, rapid.
Yeah, Kally, I'm going to tell you something here, mate. Right, I've sat at this intro table and I've looked at that intro about 8 times, and I'm thinking, do I cut it a little bit? Do I shorten it a little bit? But it's such a banging tune that I just can't touch it anywhere.
Well, he's an Ipswich artist, isn't it? So you know, you got to leave it.
Every time it's fresh and it's lovely. But King, you are with us for the first time on a Friday night. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
How are you doing with the petrol crisis?
Fucking hell, man! We got so many donuts. I got some toilet roll for sale if anyone needs some. You know,
I got a bridge. Who wants to buy one?
It's just donut behaviour, in it. Like, I was annoyed because on a Friday, if I'm going down to Portman Road on Saturday, I know if I say I'm leaving at 10:30, I'm still not leaving my house by 11. So getting to petrol is going to rush around. So I'll get it on the Friday. I go there, bloody hell! Everyone's queuing up. It's like, yo, it's a couple of BPs down London way. That was it. That they were delayed. Chill out, man. Donut behaviour.
It absolutely is. But as Mike D says, Matt's okay at petrol crisis. He uses his radio-controlled car. Kally prefers green shoots to the red arrows.
I've seen that by Colin. That was a good picture, man.
Did you send it to Colin, Rich? Because I sent it to. I think I sent it to you, or I sent it to Colin.
I think Colin sent it to me.
Because I sent it to someone saying, "Sorry, lads, busy tonight with my new purchase." And then it's gone all over the place, but it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It's a good picture.
It's a great picture. If tonight you want to get your comment guaranteed on the screen, do as David has done there and contribute via a super chat. Great work, David. I will put all on the screen. As we discussed Paul Cook's press conference, what we do here, Kally, for those that are new watching, I take the comments from Paul Cook, save you the time of trawling through about 800 websites and all those adverts, and I deliver the Cookie comments.
You can copy and paste though, Kally, because Cookie sort of says the same things every week.
Yeah, I like that. I like that we got multi-tone Cook back now.
He did today, didn't he?
He starts off like that, like, you know, it's great. And at the end of the day, they will have to come in and see what they're all about, you know. And then it's down here like that as well, lads. So I do like the up and down by Cook, you know what I mean? I just love it, man. It's something unique for our little manager. So
that is a strong accent you got going on there, brother. That was quite good.
We do try.
That was pretty good.
Talking town, home of the accents.
I might get you to do that again. I mean, that was, that was pretty good. Probably fooled his missus with that that level of accent.
Why do you think I know what's going on? I'm telling the players. They think they're speaking to Cook.
Exactly.
Cook on the blower.
See, Matt Stannard, that is an amazing. I'm generally, I wasn't with my level of impressions. It's on the floor. But did you
see Matt Stannard's picture playing badminton with his brother?
That game should have been on pay-per-view. That was a heavy.
Shocking though. That was shocking though, Kally. 3/4 length tracksuit bottoms. I'm not having them. I'm not having that.
Man of a certain age.
No.
Yeah, let's just keep it clean. No comment. Let's leave it at that.
I mean, it's fair play. But as I was saying, we're going to take what Cookie said. I'm going to give it to you both. Take it in turns. You can tell me what you think of it. I like a question with it. And hopefully it'll be more up to date than sadly my Suffolk News comment, which is in the chat now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I said to Paul Cook. Well, fuck me, it's already broke because 2 players are injured. So that went out of the window, didn't it? Pretty sharpish. Should have known right in it. Town are going to get injuries, but there we go. There we go. Anyway, if you do want to support me by reading my article, I am in a competition with a Norwich fan. So you know, every click helps beat Norwich. So do go over to Suffolk News and read, because I don't want the Norwich column beating me. Anyway, right. We are going to start with Richard this evening. And we're going to start with, I don't know. I think I'll start with Donacien with you because I don't think I want to ask Kally about Donacien. JD, best one-on-one defender at the football club. I want to ask you, is this true or is it pumping a player full of confidence? This is what Cook had to say. Donacien has come back in, no different than anyone else. I think he probably could be our best 1v1 defender at the football club, Cook said. How important is it that in the modern day game? Huge. Absolutely huge. So, best one-on-one defender, Crunch, or is it pumping a player up full of confidence?
Look, me and Kally were there last Saturday, and that was probably, I don't know what Kally thinks, that's probably the best game I've seen him play in a Town shirt.
Yeah.
Because that Anthony Scully, he's a very good player. He was Lincoln's main man. He didn't give him a sniff, did he? The whole game.
You carry on, sorry. No, I was just saying you're spot on because, and then what Cook was saying there, because about one-on-one defender, I don't remember anyone taking him on. Like no one got past him one-on-one. Do you know what I mean?
I did say last Friday, Kally, on here, because I thought he'd probably play instead of Kane. And it wouldn't bother me if he didn't go over the halfway line. You know, his game's not going forward. His game is defending, isn't it? And we see last Saturday what he brings to the table. Yeah, Cookie's going to big him up, but I think he deserves it from his performance. But now, I think I did say last Sunday, he knows now he's set that standard and the bar where it is. And if he continues playing like that, you know, he keeps the shirt, doesn't he?
100%. 100%. Like, I think KVY is a good player, but his confidence ain't there. You can see it's a confidence thing, right? When he gets his confidence thing, and obviously coming off at Bolton wouldn't have been great for his confidence anyway. So that will take a while, but we ain't got to worry about that because we've got a good enough deputy, possibly like Rich says now, number one. You know, so it is good. It's a nice feeling to see that. Like Saturday was not the best game we've seen us play this season, but we got the result, and that relief, man.
He did go a little bit further, Kally, about JD, and I want to sort of grab your thoughts on it because I know you know the guy a little bit, and he said for any lads, this is what Cook said, for any lads who are out the team, if everybody was like Donacien, football would be such an easy and good place. He's an absolutely smashing young man, again, one who wants the team to do well, and it's so important now because his chance has come and he's taking it really well. You obviously know the guy a little bit. He's shown great resolve. First player at the door by many fans in the summer reviews when we were looking at it. He's been out on loan, come back, been not wanted by a manager, been, farmed out. How much of a resolve is it taking, him to come through that and also now arguably be one of the best defenders at the football club?
Well, if you look at him, if you just look at Jano, because when he joined, it was quite a high figure when he joined. So there was something about him. He was meant to, there was a player there for us to go and spend some money on him, right? But then obviously for whatever with Lambert, they'd fallen out of Villa. He never got a fair shot under Lambert. That's plain, right? You can see that. He never got a fair shot under him. And when he has got a fair shot now, kind of clean slate with Cook, he's come through. Now, in that whole time where he's not been number one, not had a lot of games, have you heard him moan? Do you see him taking to, doing things in negatively or whatever? About maybe when he comes in, does he look like he doesn't want to be there? Every time he's come in to do a game, to fill in a game, he looks like he wants to be there, he wants to play. Yeah. Right. Every time he's put on that shirt, obviously some of the performances haven't been great in the past, and slowly he's finding his place in the team. Part of that is confidence as well. He's getting more, this is probably the best run of games he's had since he signed for Ipswich, right? He had a great debut against Blackburn in our championship season when he played centre half. But he never had a run of games after that. Now he's having a bit of a few games or whatever, and he's in and around the squad where he knows, even more so than last season, he knows he's going to be in and around that first team. But it comes back to like what Cook, you'll probably cover it in a bit anyway, but I just want to pick up on it. But Cook talked about in his presser about having the camaraderie and the group of players getting together. And he talked about the most important, and he said it a lot, the most important people are the people not playing. Because football, we all know football, 11 people on the pitch, but it's a squad of 22, 25 people. People are going to miss out. How do they manage it? If people are bitching and moaning about, I'm not playing or whatever, or he's shit, look at him, rare, then it does create a bit of, negativity in the camp or whatever, and you do get kind of hostile between one another, and that's where you start getting a split in the dressing room or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't see that. You don't see that here. Everyone is like, when I need to come in, I'll come in and do my job. And that comes back to what it is with JD. It's just like he's had his head down, done his football. Do you know what I mean?
He's spot on there, Mike D, with that comment though. He needs to keep it up now, Kally, because he's got the chance. You know, he's played really well. So now it's up to him. He's never really had a fair run, has he? 3.5 years. He hasn't had a fair crack.
And
but
there are going to be games where it's football where he's not going to play great or whatever. But if he consistently has, say, 15, 20 games now, and 10 of them he's 7 or 8 out of 10, and say 5 of them he's at a 6 or a 5, I'll take it. That's progress. That's progress as a player, and that's actually quite a solid performance, right?
Mm.
I think a lot of people will say, if you look back at Saturday, he was our man of the match.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
I know because the goal, Bonne probably got it according to stats or whatever, but he was the man of the match, right? So it was just like that was one game with a bit of confidence. He'll build. Remember when he first come in on Morecambe? He come in on that Morecambe game. Do you remember that when Toto went off injured? Right?
Yeah, and played really well.
Exactly. Right. So he's getting there. He's getting there, and it's good to see that we've got players that are happy to be rotated and ready to step up to the first team when they need to be first team as well.
And his defence, not defence, but another credit to him has been his availability over his time here. Like, I don't want to jinx the guy, and I'm touching wood here, but he's always been available when he's been called upon. Whereas many players, we'll talk about a bit later on the show, injuries. JD's always been that sort of consistent, I'm available boss type figure. I'll bring you on now, Kay, with one of Cookie's quotes.
What's the ability, Martin, you say?
Best ability is availability, and that's what Donacien has in bags, my friends. Right. We've got one. Now, can we get two? Did you see something in this last week, Kay, that you hadn't seen perhaps before? Cook said this: everyone knows how much we needed it, and now we've got it. And what we did in winning is we put performance together with a clean sheet, a goal away from home, and seeing the game out very, very well and very professionally. So it's in us now. We know it's in us. We've done it before. We can do it again. But what you also respect is the opposition. Every week now you play against very organised, well-drilled teams. Did you see something this last week, Kally, at Lincoln that you hadn't seen up to that point of the season that saw us over the line? Or was Lincoln really quite poor in reality?
So obviously we got the win, and I think game management was good, right? I think ultimately it was the game management. So in the second half they were attacking the end towards us, and where our seats were, we were kind of in line with the corner flag, weren't we, Rich? Right. So we had a pretty good view, and towards the end where we were actually like Harper and Burns were dinking the ball over, looking to do that kind of keep the ball in their area, do as whatever. Whereas the last couple of games we've tried like passing it around too much or whatever. I think a lot of that, and I know, sorry, I'm going to say the word, but a lot of that is because the team has started to gel. That's what I was seeing. I was seeing the gel set, right? We'd slapped a load of Bill cream in there, or whatever people use. I don't use any of that, right? But I wear hats, right?
Alberto Balm.
So they dashed all that in there now and started to set, because previously, because we had great individual kind of ability amongst players, they were like, okay, towards the end of the game, let's try and keep the ball right. I'll try and take on 2 players, or I'll look for a pass here. Whereas because now I know where my teammates are, I know I don't necessarily have to look up. I know Burns is going to be in that right corner because we practiced this 5-6 times already or whatever. So I think that was the kind of, for me, that was like, yeah, okay. And, this I'm hoping will be something that kind of kicks us on now.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree with that. But kicks us on, Kally, Rich says, we've got a couple of games coming up, and I asked last night's show, what would be a decent points return from these 3 games? You've got 3 in 7 days. Well, Cookie mentioned that today, and he said you have to be careful how much you set yourself up for. Throughout your career, any manager would always tell you, if you ever put 3 wins together in a week, the world will look a totally different place. For us, we've got over one hurdle. The most important one is the next hurdle. Do not get too far ahead of yourselves. We're prepared as well as we can for Sheffield. The question posed to you is it right to focus on the task in hand and not what lays ahead in the next 7 days, and not tempted?
You can't go looking ahead to Tuesday next Saturday, Martin. You've got to take one game. I know it's boring, isn't it? It's that old adage, one game at a time. I was listening to, I know you'll have a go. I was listening to Kings of Anglia this morning, and they were on about, I think it was the season when we got into playoffs under McCarthy. 3 times that season, we had Saturday, Tuesdays, and we won both games. And we haven't done that very often since then. So, look, If we win tomorrow, we win Tuesday. You know what back-to-back wins do for you in this league. It'll take you up, but we can't get too far ahead. For me, I'd say out of these 2 home games coming up, I'd take 4 points. I'd be happy with 4 points. And I just think go unbeaten in the 3 games. If we went to Accrington and drew, look, I know we want to win every game. I do get that. But look, Colin, I know you're ultra positive, 9 points. But I think you have to be a little bit realistic, and we have to pay these teams the respect. We've got a stinking record at Accrington. I know we won there last season. We're not very good going there. Everyone will think Doncaster coming down Tuesday night, they're bottom of the league. They're not very good. No, don't have that attitude. Go into the game thinking, look, we have to pay them the respect. But personally, I think tomorrow will be a draw. I'll be happy with a draw, tomorrow. If we drew tomorrow, we win Tuesday, I think we take 4 points. And it's progression, isn't it?
It's a good question. You've said, or not question, but a good thing you've said that it's led to a question, Kally, because 4 points is progression. And if you draw tomorrow and you win on Tuesday, it's great, as Rich said there. I want to pick up on that word if, because how important is it from your perspective that Cookie doesn't manage in that way, that it gets to 80, 84 minutes, you've got that point in the bag? Is it important Cookie doesn't sit there and go, we'll draw today, because if we win Saturday, we can see what we've got?
I know that's all right saying that, but I remember that game against MK Dons at home when we went chasing the game in the 95th minute and we nearly lost it. Sometimes you have to say, we'll take a draw today and we'll move on. I know we want to... Look, Mike Brown saying 4 points, behave their home games. They do say if you take average on 2 points a game, you won't be far short at the end of the season. I'll be happy with 4 points from these 2 home games. Of course, I want to win both of them, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We won 1 game in 7,
So I think, to answer the question, no, I don't think Cook will be thinking necessarily like that. He will be, 9. He talked about, we believe and we've got one of the strongest teams here. He'll be wanting 9. In his head, in his training sessions with the players, he's saying we win all of them, 9 points. But like Rich says, it then comes down to game management and him as a manager. It's like a game of blackjack, know when to stick or twist, right? And as a manager, that's what he gets paid his money for, right?
But you don't know, Kally, what happens in the games. You might get a sending off, you might get some injuries.
So it's all about how he reacts as a manager. So that's going to be a test of his managerial skill. I think coming back to the thing about the points return, 7 would be great. I don't think, but I think ideally, like Rich said, if we went unbeaten, I would be happy with 3 points, as an example. I'd be happy with 3 points. I'd even, dare I say, be happy with a win, 2 losses, if the 2 losses were great games and we'd seen some performances. But to be honest, I think for confidence, for building the team, and obviously getting some points in the board, I'd be happy with just not losing it all and going on and starting building that. You look at Blackpool, you look at Hull when they had a blip last year, you look at Coventry when they eventually went up. They had a lot of these kind of draws and they went on undefeated for a while, like hadn't lost a while. Not many wins, probably out of like 15 games, maybe like 6 or 7 wins, but the rest were all draws and they weren't losing. It keeps your momentum. You get it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Safety guy 20. I'll ask you this question, Crunch. Never much chat about Louis Bayer. Had a chance, didn't shine. Is his race run?
He hasn't really had a chance, has he? But I think now we say everyone getting fit, and then there's more injuries. He's up against it now, isn't he?
Yes.
With all them attacking players, you've got Selena there now. I don't know if Edwards might be back tomorrow. You've got a Luco there. You've got Norwood. He's going to really struggle. I see him going back in January, if I'm honest.
Okay. Colin Plum, crowd can really be the 12th man tomorrow. Sing loud and proud. Track the boys and girls. Lewis Robertson, welcome in. Lewis, not seen you for a while. Small steps, 4 points from next 2 will take us 3 unbeaten as a platform to go from. No reason to fear and all about how we perform. This week it's a great opportunity to erase the slow start. Mike D. Brown is a big performance in Pizza Cup. And Mike the Fishman, a draw at home, not a chance. If I ask you, go on.
I'm just saying on that Barry thing, I think he has got a part to play if he's a squad player, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, at the moment, we've got a lot of competitions we're in, so we're not in. We've got the Pizza Cup, and then we'll have an FA Cup game coming up in November.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll have a couple of chances there. But I was at that West Ham game when he started the Pizza one, and I was quite disappointed in him because he was a player that was meant to be at under 23 level, right? So
I think
he was
he'd been
meant to
ill,
be-
Kally. He'd been ill leading into that game. Cookie said, I think he'd been struggling.
Yeah, but he didn't look, even at the Burton game, he looked okay, but he just needs to, he's come off, had a few cameos. He hasn't really done a lot. Is he ready? I don't know. Maybe he needs a few more training sessions or whatever, or a few more cameo appearances, who knows, but he'll get a chance. It's Ipswich Town. We will get injuries.
We will. And
I don't see him playing. I don't see him hardly playing in the league at all.
well, that would be a good thing, because that means, the players ahead of him are doing really well. And based on current performances, it's not looked like he's forced his way in. But if I ask both of you, current player of the year, if you had to say player of the year right now, who is it? First,
It's easy.
who is it?
Bonne, by a mile.
Kally?
Of the year so far, yeah.
Yep.
BMAC. Yeah.
Perfect. Because the question is, Bonne, too early for permanent talk, or would you be calling QPR every day until January if you were Ashton, Kally?
I just hope it's not going to be a Bullard Part 2. That's my fear.
Well, Cook said this. Macaulay, obviously, as everyone knows, is such a big Ipswich Town fan, and to be scoring these goals in front of your own supporters must have a value that no money brings. It must be something for his family and himself. It must be amazing. All I'd say is long may it continue, and it will continue for as long as he's here. And how long that is, we'll wait and see. So would you be calling QPR every day if you were Ashton, Kally, or do you think it's a little bit too early? It's only the 24th of September to be saying about longer term future for Macaulay Bonne at Portman Road. What do you think?
There's no point calling now. You know what I mean? You can't officially sign him till January anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you approach November, December, we'll be keeping an eye on QPR results anyway, I'm sure. So as they get towards that side, he's not getting ahead of Lyndon Dykes or whatever his name is, and who else they got there? The
Charlie
former
Austin,
Southampton one.
Andre Gray.
Well, that's it. Gray's there now as well. So there's three of them already. And I think, if I'm correct, QPR only play one striker up top anyway. Or do they play two? I'm pretty sure they play one striker. So
they do.
I can't see him getting ahead. If they get a couple of injuries, then yeah, you'd call him back. But personally, I think if we can let it run the season, then just assess it, because he's on a shit hot scoring form at the moment. So whatever we pay now, we're going to pay an extra 20, 30, 40% now. Then maybe if we wait till the end of the season, reassess it, and QPR trying to shift their score around.
Is it better to be proactive with a player that's in form crunch, or leave it until as late as December or whatever? Because I'm being a bit.
He's not our player. He's not our player at the end of the day. Like Kingy says there, his contract's due 2023. It's up to him to keep performing. If he keeps performing, he'll want to come here, won't he? I think he'll push.
If we get promoted,
I honestly do.
I don't think he'd be also for Bonne himself. As much as he's a big Ipswich fan as well, he's a footballer, right? He wants to do as well in the game as possible and play the highest level as possible as well, right?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, at the moment, it looks like we're gonna, we should be fine. We'll get promoted and we'll be in the Championship next season, and then Bonne will sign. But if we don't, for whatever reason, and we're in League One, is Bonne going to want to commit himself to a deal where at the moment he can pay for his boyhood club for a season, help him get promoted? If he doesn't get promoted, he's still a Championship player and can still find a Championship club. Because let's be real, he's not a League One striker. I've seen enough of him now to know that he can be doing it at a high level and can.
But he didn't cut it. He didn't cut it at QPR. About 35 games, Kally, and he got 3 goals.
But sometimes players just don't work in some systems or some players or whatever. So, this could be his fit.
If I'm right in thinking, though,
2 million.
2 million he cost QPR.
Yeah.
So how much do you think they'd want to be looking to recoup that? I mean, it's a hypothetical question, but it's a Friday night, into the weekend. This is what they
When's his contract?
That's how he goes, isn't it? It's like he's 7 games in and he's got 5 goals. I think was it 78 minutes a goal he's averaging at the minute, Mike, because he missed the Wimbledon game. And you'd think he's on a hot streak at the minute. It's all about continuing it. He's going to have a spell where he's probably going to go through a dry spell. I think, personally, next season, he will be a full-time Town player. And I know what Kally says. He could get a Championship club. But I think he knows. He was a kid here. He was 14. He got rejected for being too small. Now, I think every time he's getting on that field for Town, he's shoving them doubts down them people who doubted him and got rid of him from his boyhood club. And there's not many people out there when they're rejected by the boyhood club will get a second chance to go back and play for them. So I think it's a weird one, isn't it? Because you see your loan signings normally come in a season and you think, yeah, they'll be here for a season and then they'll probably do well and then they'll look for something a little bit better. With him, I think he's happy. He's obviously his family come and watch him every single week. And I think that's really important to him. And he seems a real down-to-earth, nice guy. And I'm 100% sure next season, whatever league we're in, he'll be still in a Blue Town shirt. I can't see him going back to QPR, unless QPR want him back, which that is out of our hands. But I think now we've got the money, haven't we? We know that we've got the money. It's not like before when we had Drinnan and we had Hawkins and shit like that. We've got the money to say now, how much do you want for him? There you go.
Yeah, and then be a proper negotiation, and you know if it's not a deal they get done, it's for the right reasons, not other reasons. But a player at the other sort of end, if you like, who had a bit of good player last Saturday is Rakeem Harper, and he spoke to the press today. And I want to ask you, Rich, Harper's best position. Would you look to play him as an 8, a 10 off the bench? Because he said, I would say my most natural position is playing as a number 8. I like to be free. Basically, I do my contribution for the team going backwards, obviously, but I also like to be able to go forwards and play my game. He came on last week and did well, in my opinion. Where would you play him? 8, 10, off the bench as a regular? What do you think about Rakeem
That's
Harper?
the best that we've seen of him so far, Kally. We were really impressed with him, Kally, I thought.
Yeah,
He gave us them legs. Because I think we were a little bit lacking in that second half. To sort of when Coulson went off and you had Burgess went left back, we didn't really have nothing down that side. And we needed someone to come on and to drive us forward. And I thought he'd done that really, really well. And I was really impressed with him. And it was funny when Cook came out and he said he might have made a mistake where he played him. You know, at least he's come out and he's been honest.
Great man.
I think
really impressive.
He'll probably be on the bench. Look, we don't know who that other player is injured, do we? It could be Evans, it could be Carroll. So Harper might slip back in there. But I think at the minute, with Morsey coming in Tuesday as well, I think Harper at the minute, he's going to probably be used as sub. And I think if he comes on for 25, 30 minutes like he did last Saturday and impacts the game like that, I'm thinking, yeah, you're looking good there. But he's still a young player, you know, he's still learning. So let's give him a little bit of time. But I was really, really, really impressed with him last Saturday. Some of them games I've seen before, he's like, he gets to 55, 60 minutes and he looks absolutely out on his feet. So it's still a learning curve for him. So I'd say an 8.
Okay.
But it's another option, isn't it, going forward?
It's spot on. We said it on the show a while ago that, 8 is probably his best position. But I think Mike said in there about Cook's system don't suit an 8. But I think what we saw in the second half of Lincoln was kind of that 10 role almost became a third kind of midfielder. So it was almost like a 3 in the midfield. So I think we're starting to see a bit more, switch up in kind of tactics in game, and so that's pretty impressive. And I think if we're going to play that and have a third, and you need to see it out, and you need to do that, then Harper's a really good option to bring on. But then if you're going to start that game and you're going to start in your own formation, as in what Cook wants to do, he's not a 6. So
I could see him in a midfield 3, Kally. I could see him in a 3.
A midfield 3 is great, but as a 6, the only way he can play in a 2 is if you've got Morsey next to him. Same with like Evans. I was actually really surprised with at the Lincoln game. That's probably one of the better games I've seen of Evans.
Did really well.
Because I've been a critic of his anyway, but I thought he did quite well when he actually put some tackles in. So I actually saw it in my own eyes. Took a picture.
They know, don't they? Now, whoever's playing in that midfield 2 tomorrow, they know Tuesday night. I would put money on Morsey. He'll be nailed on to start that game. So they know they've got to perform.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tomorrow is a big game. 2 big clubs. But I'm going to ask you first, this Kally. But it's a question really for both of you. That Paul Cook said Ipswich is the biggest team in League One. The question is, are we? And this is a sign of why the owners bought the club and what the club could be with the right leadership, transfers, and of course results. Because Cook said this: the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up ahead of tomorrow. I think if we were first and second in the league, it'd probably be nearer 30,000, wouldn't it? That's what both clubs are capable of delivering. To manage these sort of teams, whether it's me, Kally, Moore, Lee Johnson, it's a great honour. Because if you can be the one who delivers success to the fans, then you'll be held in such high esteem. These clubs are desperate to go back to where they want to be. I just think we're the biggest club in the league, we're the best club in the league, and I think we've got the best squad. That sorry, I'm getting quite hey, but that would be what I think, wouldn't it? Kally, yeah. Are we the best team? Are we the biggest team in League One? You're from the Midlands, so you're going to come down. That's sort of a sign already what you're going to say. But are we the biggest team in League One? And is this why the ownership bought the football club and what it could be in years to come with the right results?
Ownership bought the football club because they sort of heard about this nominated podcast called Talking Town.
That is a
so they were like, how can we get involved with this podcast? Fuck it, we'll buy a football club. That's what happened there. Now, look, I'm biased. Obviously, I think we're in the championship, we're the biggest club in the championship, right? The only bigger clubs than us, in my opinion, are Liverpool and Man United. Everyone else is shit, right? So that's my opinion of Ipswich, right? But Ipswich is a club. If you look at the ones in League One, I think I get what you're saying there because of the fan base as well. You look at our attendances. And you look how they'll continue as well. It's the whole county, and that's like from the outside, like travelling in. I'm coming from the West Midlands, right? In the West Midlands, in that county, how many football clubs? You got Cov, Wolves, the Albion, Brum, Villa, bloody Walsall. Even Burton's classified as Midlands, and all the rest of it, right? So you got so many teams there. Whereas Suffolk, you've got Ipswich, East Anglia, you've only got one club, Ipswich. Is Peterborough classified as East Anglia as well?
No.
All right, so club in East. There's one club in
East Anglia. It wants
Anglia,
to be, but we don't fucking want it.
So there's only one club in East Anglia. There's only one club in Suffolk. It's the whole thing. So the fan base is there. So what Cook was saying on there is about, the fans are dying for it. People that of a certain age who remember the last time the playoffs, we won the playoffs, know what it was like. All down the A14, everyone with their banners out. It was a parade through the A14. Some people get a parade in the town and city. Ipswich had a whole fucking parade down the A14. That's how what it means to the club. So what Cook's saying there is if he can deliver it, which I think he can, it's like when you're hungry, the best meal you have is the first meal. When if you're starving, whatever you have is going to taste amazing. Same here. We've been starved of success for so long. True. So the slight glimmer of success, that's it. We don't get cup runs now. So if we can go up, they do give a trophy to second place now, I think. So we'll get a trophy, but we'll go up number one. We'll lift the trophy. Everyone will be like, yeah.
But we'll
be there doing that.
But what Kally said there, Rich, and what Cookie's saying there is very true because look at tomorrow's opponent, Sheffield Wednesday, big club in their own right, great history, but they've got another club in their own city. You've got Newcastle for Sunderland. Yeah. Every big club in this division can always.
Where do you live, Kally? Do you live in Cov?
Yeah, I'm in Cov.
So they're winning 3-0 tonight. Now they are sleeping giant, Coventry.
Tin Pots compared to Ipswich.
They've got massive support. Are we the biggest club in the division? What are we going on? Are we going on history, size of support?
Well, according to Cook,
all the above.
All the above. Because we've got it all, mate. So all the above.
Sheffield ain't got a better history than us, have they?
No.
Sheffield is a big city, don't get me wrong, but they ain't getting the fans we get week in, week out.
They get good support. Sheffield Wednesday do.
They will, but they won't get as good support.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But if you just take what Cook said, how refreshing almost is it to hear that from a manager when you've heard years of McCarthy talking about dire, poor old Ipswich, can't do this.
Roy Keane. Oh, we can't attract anyone. No one comes to the area. Hang on. We've just signed 19 of them. So anyway, by the way, Mike the Fisherman, why are you so negative tonight in the chat? It's as if you want us to lose. What happens if we lose tomorrow? Hang on, Mike. What if we win tomorrow? Will you
Hold on. You know how Mike can stop us losing? By coming to a fucking game and cheering him on.
He's coming Tuesday. Is
he? I might come down for that. If Mike's coming Tuesday, I might have to come down.
Safety guy says, see if heads go down the second half tomorrow without Morsey. Good question, good point. Skip intro. We've won more trophies than anyone else in League One, so we are the biggest. Colin would say we're the biggest, compared to anybody. So,
Colin's seen it all, isn't it? He's seen the UEFA Cup. He's seen the FA Cup. He's seen it all. So,
Fishing with Nick. Colin the council could have the cobblestone extending the Portman. They're not knocking the cobblestone down, Colin. Stop with that nonsense, man.
Not yet.
You do not pull down the best stands in English football, and cobblestone is certainly one of them.
Mike says some of us work at weekends. Hang on, Mike. Are you not allowed any time off?
Fellas, take this
Holidays?
contest on your own private WhatsApps.
He'll be WhatsApping me in a minute. I'm ready.
You are ready. I can see it. Michael Finch, Wednesday sold out their education show. Should be a noisy lot. Stephen,
Yeah, but they were moaning. Their fans were moaning on social media, giving it a big one about the COVID. I'm not going to come. I'm not going to come. And then sold out.
That was great. One tweet said boycott, and then it was a sold out tweet. The next one, fucking brilliant.
They ain't sold out the whole of Upper Cobble, though, have they? You ain't got the move, have
See,
you?
Tin Pot. You're telling me
It's a proper game. This is a proper fixture tomorrow. It's not. Shouldn't be a League One game, should it? Come on.
It should be a Premier League game. You know, Burnley, get out of the Premier League. You shouldn't be in there with two teams like us still. Because Burnley are not.
I won't have that. I'm not having that. Burnley are a well-run club. You know, they deserve to be. They've earned their right to be there. We have to earn our right to get there, Martin.
It's true. And Burnley have earned the right to be there, but it's gone stale under Dyche, I feel. So I think that's going to be changing. True. I really do. And I like Dyche. Got a lot of time for Sean Dyche. Terrible accent impression, I know.
Did you see? Talking of him, did you see what Joshua put on Away Days beer? Stone cold Sean Dyche. That was the best.
That was brilliant.
It was good.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Ben Moore, Burnley, Norwich, Watford, piss off out of this league.
I don't mind Watford.
Oh, father-in-law's Watford. Fucking dire. Right. As I said earlier, I wrote an article for Suffolk News saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can read that. Please do support it. However, the question to you two is, because sadly it already appears to be broken in terms of injuries, who misses out on tomorrow then? We know Coulson's out, but which other one is it? What's your gut telling you? Because Cookie says, I'd love to say they are in terms of players cementing a place in the team. But obviously with the injuries, it's been a bit of a difficult one. We have lost probably someone or maybe two from last week's team that won't play tomorrow, which is a really tough pill tomorrow, because I think when the supporters turn up at the stadium and see the team selection is different, it's certainly not me tinkering with the team. I'd have loved nothing more than to put last week's team back on the pitch tomorrow. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to do that because we just keep going forward. So, who misses out tomorrow for both of you? Who do you feel? What's your gut telling you? What's your little saucy little birdies on the street tweeting about? You know, there's a scene in the Game of Thrones where he says, you know, get out there and start cracking heads, or find out what your birds are saying, or something like that. But what is it? Talk to me.
I'll let Rich go.
It's guesswork, isn't it? Really.
Look at them both. Look at them both in the know, desperately trying not to fall over each other to get it. To be the first to slip up.
I'm only going by. I just think Wes Burns maybe because he's carrying an Achilles. I'll just say Wes Burns.
Wes Burns, right. We've got Stephen Parry can see Evans. Evans says Lee Brown. Mike D. Burns and Coulson. Kingy, just Coulson. Another Cook tactic. Oh, I like mind games, Kingy. Oh, I see. Kally, do you think it might be a bit of mind games?
No.
Oh, okay. You want to try that again? You're not a good actor, are you? You're like, you're so. Do
it again.
Do you think it'll be mind games, Kally?
Do you know what? That is a good point, you know. Shit.
No, it's just ham and egg. Now it's just ham and chips, mate. That's ham and chips acting now. It's gone too far.
Sorry.
It's not a Hollywood movie. It didn't need that level of performance. What do you feel, Cal? We're all joking, but what do you feel?
No, I think it is an injury. Obviously, we know Coulson's going to miss out. And I think it'll probably be one of the kind of front three that will miss out. You know, Burns has got an injury that he was coming back from, and he was probably still giving him jip. Fraser's had a bit of an injury as well. That's giving him a bit jip. Selena started the game last week. Did he tweak something? But no, I think Selena will start. You never know. You know, what if... I can imagine the mood tomorrow at 2 p.m. if Selena's not on the sheet, if he's the injured party. There'll be a very... But I don't know. I think the way Cook was saying what he said, because he talked about the word tinkering rather than resting or switching it up or whatever. Yeah. I don't think it'd be Selena, because Selena's not a tinkering option. He's starting all the games, really, isn't he?
See, yeah, but that leads me to think it's going to be someone who's probably sort of been a prominent feature, or somebody who's been in and out of the side. So someone like Scott Fraser, who's been in and out of the side through injury and other reasons, he could fall into that category.
It'll be Fraser or Burns, I reckon. That's my gut feeling. My gut
Yeah.
feeling is saying it's Fraser or Burns.
I hope, obviously, we're all joking and bantering about ITK and all that silliness. But I hope either of you are kind of right, because from my perspective, the only positions we really can afford to get injuries, if you like, is those front 3-4 positions. Now, I don't want it to be Bonne. I'd give me left leg for it not to be Bonne, because I think he's our best player, full stop. So at least
his was a hamstring as well. His
Exactly,
was a hamstring before. So.
So I kind of, I want it to be one of those three, because other areas, if it's Edmondson or Burgess, I'm a bit skeptical. If it's the right back position after his man of the match performance last week, again, I'm a bit worried. Goalkeeper, I wouldn't be upset if it was Haladki or Wilson, because I think either of those at the moment are so interchangeable. Because the front three...
but Walton's out injured, so if then Haladki goes out injured, your option is
Christ.
So if that's not bother you, then
that does bother me. That bothers me. You need one of Walton or Haladki. Colin Plum, everyone who goes into the ground tomorrow, please be confident that, don't worry, Mike's not going to be there. The players will be, especially after what we've witnessed last week, Lincoln singing loud and proud. Skip, Aluko, there's another chance if Burns is injured. Matt Stannard, my wife, just showed me a picture of Edmondson in a lorry. The fridge is going to solve this petrol crisis. Mike D asked the question, Crunch, who plays on the right, though? Selena, Edwards, or preferred that left? Does Aluko come in? Does KVY play right midfield? What do you think?
No. Not KVY. I think it's Aluko, because he played there a lot for Reading, didn't he? And he's done all right them last couple of games when he started that one at home and then he came on the sub, didn't he, last Saturday? I think he's a steady. He's a sort of player, Martin. He's not going to play every single week, but I think he can come in and play the odd 2 or 3 games here and there. He's got the experience. I do agree with you. I don't want it to be one of the centre backs, because they looked really good last Saturday, didn't they, Kally? I think they were sort of.
They need their time.
I know Burgess went left back, but you want them to be the mainstay, forming that partnership, playing every week, that sort of spine of your team. It could be someone you never know, like Tom Carroll. It was like, what was the player who was ill that time, Martin, when Cookie said there was an illness, and it was Caden Jackson, and it was a real sort of left field one, so you don't know. He might be. I don't know. We'll find out at 2:00.
We will. Michael Finch, hope everyone has enough fuel to get the tractors to Portman Road. Well, if you don't give enough fuel, use Ipswich buses. Avoid all the traffic jams if there are any, because of the petrol crisis.
Do they do collection from Coventry?
I'm afraid not. No, I'm afraid not. No, but come.
I'll pay some return.
Come stop by the Sir Ralph Ramsey statue before the game. Obviously, hang out with us, and post game we'll be there as well, getting all the live reaction from the fans as they spill out of Portman Road. If you've not been on the show before, you're more than welcome to. If you just want to watch, you're more than welcome to watch. We absolutely encourage that. The more banter, as you've probably seen on the show, the better. Mike D, Emmy Hughes is injured, I've heard. Stephen Barry, he could be the Matt Penny of right wing. Colin Plum, since Newport, he's a different player, Rich. Right, talking of different players or different things, we've got a prediction league with a spot prize this week, courtesy of Matt Stannard. It is an e-ticket for the new Wolsey Theatre show, Never Lost at Home. It's 6 seconds to enter, and it's completely free. Crunch, while the predictions run across the screen,
I'll put tickets for that today. I'm off to see it on the 6th of October.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to it.
Did you see the first one?
No, I didn't. Did you?
I didn't. No, I didn't. But Matt apparently saw it twice.
Yeah, but Matt always wants to do better than anyone else, doesn't he? Come on, we know what he's like by now. If we've done something, Martin, he's done it 10 times better, hasn't he?
Well, that's true. That is true. There are the games on the screen for you for this week's prediction league. Get involved. As I say, for all those that are correct on the ITFC versus Wednesday score prediction, you'll be entered into the random wheel, the wheel of names, and drawn to have an e-ticket. I mean, that's not bad, is it, guys? Free entry. It's into a 60-second competition, and you get a great prize like that.
Easy, isn't it?
So what? Like e-ticket? Is it like a stream live then? Is that how they do it?
Yeah, you can watch it at home, yeah.
I might have to purchase that anyway. Sounds quite good.
Enter the competition, Cal. Do yourself some favours in the league because you're not doing too great between me and you.
I'm better than Matt Phillips.
Well, yeah, but did you see that last night's show of Crunch? Did you see
Yeah,
the
I
league
saw
table
that
with
part. I saw that part.
the
Big,
Crunch? Yeah,
fat.
I know. There he is. There he is.
Have I
Look.
got points? Have I got any?
Can't you just draw a line? You know when they do the relegation zone and you put them
Zero.
dash,
Do that.
put them a bit
Oh,
further
Rich
down
has
the
only
bottom of the
got-
screen.
I'm higher than Rich then. Rich has only got 3 points. How many have I
you're
got?
there. Look, you're there.
Where are you,
Under
Kally?
6 points.
Griffin,
Is that me?
above
6
Al
points?
Ritchie. No, you're
Is that
three.
me?
look.
6 points. No, it's me.
So
6 points, isn't it? It's me 6 points.
Kelly, you're on 3, mate.
You're on 3,
6
Kally.
points.
I know.
I'm higher.
No, 3.
But I'm higher than Rich.
Well,
Goal
that's
difference.
not- That's not hard.
Goal,
Right.
goal difference.
Let's run off the show as we always do with some fan 11s. I'm going to ask. I've got the tracksuit manager here, the Tony Pulis of the Talking Town community. He'll be up and down that touch, or Steve Evans in a suit, up and down that touchline, kicking every ball. And then we've got the tactical genius below, who is only in on a Friday afternoon because he has to be contracted wise.
Yeah.
Rest of the week, he leaves it to his assistant manager. And on a Saturday, he turns up in his flash car and thinks he's done it all. But that is our king. We've got this one, first of all, from Lewis. He has sent this one in. The team he wants is Aladgi, JD, Edmondson, Burgess, Penny, Selena, Carroll, Fraser, Evans, Burns, and Bonne. Standard, this one, Crunch. It shouldn't really test you or push you too
Same as
much.
mine. Same as mine, apart from Fraser and Selena are swapping.
Why would they swap for you? What's your tactical opinion on this one, my man?
I know we've said on here, haven't we, about Fraser in the 10. But I thought last Saturday he probably had his best game in a Town shirt, and there were some times when him. I know Coulson's not playing this Saturday, but him, Coulson, and Selena had some really good little triangles they were doing. I was really impressed with him. I thought he had a good game. I thought he tired a little bit second half. I think he's a real clever player, Scott Fraser. He ain't the quickest,
No,
but I think it's like Teddy Sheringham. He weren't the quickest, but he had it up here, didn't he? So, and I think Selena, from what I see, what was he, 60, 65 minutes? Kally, I know he weren't fit, was he? But he showed some real quality touches there, didn't he? And spins away from players. So they could interchange.
They did.
Yeah.
That was the interesting thing. Like they were switching, so it wasn't static, stuck to your positions. People were moving around, so it was good. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Got Ben Moore saying, Kally, you're more like a Mick type manager. Not sure what he means with that. Not sure what makes you a Mick type manager. I'd like to hear more. Perhaps ask
Listen,
tomorrow in person.
there's none get off the fucking bus for a draw now. We win every game. In fact, you ain't getting back on the bus if you don't win. If you don't win, you know what? Here's some rope.
You're pushing the bus.
You're attached to the bus. Yeah, with fuel crisis, you can push the bus. All right, nothing without 3 points.
Oh,
Behave, Ben.
Talking of which, here we go, Kally. Here is the team sent in by Matt Stannard. He wants Walton, the Don, Burgess, the Fridge, Bailey Clements. He's high on Bailey Clements.
I was talking to Bailey Clements. Matt Stannard is the lowest player rated on the new FIFA for Town, so there's no chance. I said to him, I think it was yesterday, Bailey Clements will not play a league game for Town. He's absolutely pony.
Then he's got Adam Humphreys, Evans, Aluko, Burns, James Nord, and Macaulay Bonne. Kally, what do you think of that thing?
Matt Stannard's being too close to the fisherman with these just mad formations and like, what is it? Like, is it? Nah, listen, you got 3 of those positions right in terms of the way they're laid out. So what if everyone was fit apart? Well, what we know. So
we're playing 4-2-4.
Why Clements is not starting over Penny? Cook even said Penny's starting tomorrow. He said he's playing against his own team tomorrow, right?
Yes, yeah.
And he's not playing. He's playing a number 10. He's not playing 2 strikers. So I do agree, kind of what he's saying with Norwood and Bonne, because I think they could link up really well. No, I think if you had Bonne as a 10 and Norwood in front of him, or vice versa, because I just remember the Morecambe game and they set up that goal and they actually looked quite good. But with the options we have, do you need that? Right. So even if as an example, Wes Burns and Scott Fraser are injured, you would have your front 3 behind Bonne. You would have Chaplin, Aluko, and Selena.
There's another one we hadn't spoke about him, Chaplin, have we? He's sort of, don't know.
Well, there was proof I saw from one of the training pictures. There's proof he doesn't get his hair trimmed every day. his fade wasn't as prominent on one of the training pictures.
Outrageous.
Mate, otherwise, all his pictures, he looked fresh, trim. I was like, yo, I know footballers get paid money, but that's just time and effort.
Adam Flat, someone's eating inverted the pyramid for their tea. Evening, gents. Hey, look, I love these little teams people put together. Creates little talking points. Only the 2 this week. I did put the request out a bit late, but we ask for it every single week. So if you do want to put your team in for the guys, whoever the team is on the Friday to review it, then please do so. Send it to me or send it to Talking Town account or just post it on my wall. However you do it, get it to me.
Talking Town account. Are you going to go there? We've got a new social media.
We have, starting from Monday. Social media intern Samuel needs some bits for his university. Got some great ideas, lots of energy. I'm shit at social media, and quite frankly, if I could spend less time on it, great. Because that's the amount of wallies I have to put up with and see spouting crap.
Oh, I love it. Entertainment value is brilliant. I don't bother with Netflix. I just go on Twitter.
But Kally, you got to understand, I'm busy on my boat and my jet and things like that. I don't have the time for dealing with
well, some of us are filing HMRC receipts and shit. All right, so that's what we have to do. That made me laugh.
I'm on a boat.
Me and Rich was loving that. That was funny.
What a tool!
I was just sat in my Son Academy 50s. You know what I mean? So it's like. Anyway,
have you got one of them stamps for tomorrow? You know when you used to go to the post office and you get something stamped when you paid for it. So if anyone gives you any dosh tomorrow, you're going to give them one of them. They used to do that.
Boom, boom. Yeah, I'm also going to put the microphones on little chains. So if you try and walk off of it doesn't go anywhere because you got to go full on.
Brilliant.
Stephen Craig, Gov in Monaco. I'm not going to mention the last bit. That's your views, not mine. Ben Moore. Some of us sat in college board as shit in maths. Wally. Not heard that since the 90s. Yes, I'm showing my age. I know. This is a young exterior, but sadly, I'm very old. We're done. We're dusted. We've broken down the Cookie press conference in an hour. Game tomorrow, 3 p.m. Join us from the Sir Francis statue from 1:30 onwards. Shows from 1:50. And the moment the full-time whistle goes, I'll make my way down the copper.
Hopefully, we've got special guests tomorrow from Sheffield Wednesday coming down. The Tango Man.
Hey,
listen. You know the Tango Man, Kally?
The Tango Man?
Oh, thank fuck.
Come on.
I know who he is.
Come on.
I also said that in the WhatsApp group. I said,
people
what?
in the chat, do you know who the Tango Man is from Sheffield Wednesday?
Is he? I take it he's a fan. He's not actually the Tango Man in the ad, is he?
No.
Is he? Has he got a can of Tango?
No.
Then I don't. He's no use to me, Rich.
You were not missing, Kally, because he's big, he's bald, and he doesn't wear a shirt, and he's got loads of tattoos all over him.
So he's like a bold version of Big Dave.
He's that would be a meeting of the minds, wouldn't it? Big Dave and Tango Man.
And get Matt to interview him.
So when I got his number from Jamie from the Wednesday Till I Die podcast, I said, what do I message him with? What is his name? And he said, Tango Man.
Tango Man. Okay.
So there you go.
No, Tango Man.
He's the guy with the shirt. I get it. Oh, no, he is now. Yeah, okay.
Has he got a tan?
No. I had an idea. This is to the community now, not necessarily yourselves here. I had an idea to give Cruncher the microphone and send him down to the away section to try and get a few away fan comments. You can put a like on a video that's not yet gone live.
Shit.
So if tomorrow's pre-game show has 50 likes by the time we reach Portman Road at 1 p.m, Cruncher, will you get yourself down that away section with the microphone?
How's that going to work? How's that going to work?
Phone? We'll make it work.
My phone might not work because you know what it's like.
Well, I'll bring a second phone.
I've got kids to look after. I can't go venturing down there in amongst their bloody ruffians from down up bloody north. I won't come back in one piece, will I?
Can we not get our own version of Tango Man as Mike, Fisherman Mike?
You got to be there first.
Anyway, Mike B said that the real Tango Man is Phil Brown.
Adam Flat, is it a bird? Is it a plane? There's a fat bloke with his top off. I don't know who he is. Lee Brown goes home and away with them everywhere. Matt to Ben. I might send you. Oh, nicely volunteered yourself there, Ben. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll work on it. It's a work in progress. It's something that needs to happen to the channel, I think, just to send somebody down. Send Big Dave. They won't argue with him.
Jesus.
Exactly.
I would, but I'm not going to be available.
Well, no. We could send you and your friend down. That's an
No.
idea. No,
Wouldn't
no.
it be nice- wouldn't it be nice
Maybe
to
the Sheffield
play a
friend.
team
I
who
could
bring
go
in
with
a
the
good
Sheffield
following?
friend. Let's go with the Sheffield one. I don't know.
I have got to show you, though, very quickly, in the interest of fairness, Matt Stanner did send me a team that wasn't.
He was
necessarily-
fishing, wasn't he? He was fishing.
I love fishers, though. I love it.
It
This
was
is the one-
great, Troy.
This is the one he sent me with some shameless plug as well.
Clements again. Come on, man.
He still has got Clements. You're right. Halaki, the Don, Burgess, the Fridge, Clements, Carroll, Evans, Bernstein, the Fraser, and Bonne. Matt, I've got it right. Are you Bailey Clements' dad? Like,
I'll tell you what.
You know when
That's
they spoke
if Bailey Clements plays a league a minute, this is a league minute, I will give you 50 quid.
a league minute.
A minute.
Do you know what? Let's make that happen. You're
I'm
gonna
that
lose
confident,
50
Kally, that he won't.
Is he third
I don't-
choice or fourth
listen.
choice?
We've got a Papa John's coming up, and Colson's.
No,
gonna
no,
be
I
out.
said a
No, no.
league. League. I'm not.
league.
We're not including
But-
that.
If Coulson's out for, so let's say, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you've
Four.
got Penny. Who's after Penny? Is it Clements?
No, he puts
KVY.
Burgess.
KVY.
He put Burgess there.
Right.
Or KVY. Clements, yeah, Clements has got you got Burgess, like you said. You got KVY as well. He can play left back. JD can go left back, and he can come right back. You've even got you ain't got Ken Locker's squad number anyway. But I was gonna say there's a lot ahead before Clements gets.
Tell you
in the
what,
league.
the moment Penny and Burgess need treatment, his ass will be literally doing
Who?
that. Yours. You'll be
No
thinking,
no chance whatsoever. Not happening. It's not happening.
all right, we'll wait and we'll see. We'll love it.
No
Absolutely love
way.
it. This has been an FCA 2021 Best EFL Finalist
You
production.
can get a game for Chelmsford.
Oh, I like that.
That is
When is
the
the
king.
results? When is the night for the award night?
Ooh, good question.
When-
14th of October.
14th of October. I will take the two ugly sisters down to London and
Parking rates in London. Oh my God.
It's London. Listen, I say that every time I get off the M6. I'm like, fucking hell, everything's cost this much.
and they tell me my blue badge don't work in London. Fuck me. I mean, I pay a tenner a year for that thing. I mean, it don't work in London.
Does it not work?
No, apparently not. No, London's excluded. I know. That threw me.
You are
off.
joking me.
I thought I'd do a Del Boy, park right outside the venue and just stroll on in. Never mind, that won't be happening. But hopefully we're bringing an award home with us. But that has been the king. That has been the Cruncher. We're live tomorrow from Sir Ralph. This has been Talking Town's press conference reaction. See you all tomorrow from Portman Road, whether you're there or watching us from home. But until then, with love, with affection, here is your favourite outro music.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's